No snow? Yeah. They had a lot of snow down there? I bet it's pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna put out the wreaths down at the park,
Yeah,
Thursday, she'll have them ready.
yeah. Thanks for doing that. It's awesome.
But no, we aren't gonna do anything this year with it.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone
Sure.
for some reason.
Oh.
No one's in.
I'm. Yeah.
What's that? No, just leave it. Holly
Wait
must
for
be
it.
talking to somebody. Oh, yeah. I should probably make sure she's okay, because I heard the door banging. I don't know what's out there. Yeah,
I'll look this up.
yeah.
Oh, that might be.
Oh, sure.
Did Scott tell you we have one thing to add, a resolution?
She did.
Or
give
do
us
you
a-
have that already?
She gave us a consent agenda for
Yeah.
accepting. Including payment checks. Is this right?
No.
No.
Did Scott, did this get added already? Do we have to add that now? The power sales thing?
I think Holly said she was going to add it.
Send out a new agenda.
Did you add the power sales one on there, the resolution, the power sales resolution, did that get added on there?
I know she was talking about it. She updated a bunch.
It is, okay,
Oh,
so,
it is
okay,
illegal.
all right,
Okay.
right, I know that, that's fine, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we tried to get everything in there.
Yep. No, then you're good to go.
We should do the pledge first.
You can call it to order.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. And then we'll stand for the pledge first.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mary, is your mic up?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That's good. I just.
And then, we'll do, roll call. Do you want to do roll call, Scott?
However you want to do it.
Okay, well, I know he always has to do it, but I can do it.
No, you can do it. That's
I'll
fine.
do it.
That's fine.
Okay, we'll do this again. Councilmember Brunner. Scholander,
Present.
Helgeson. Here. And we have Attorney Riggs, we have Scott, we have Derek, Holly, and an audience.
There we go.
Okay. Do we have any citizens' comments? Okay.
Yeah, one thing, you need to adopt the agenda, just a motion and second to adopt the agenda on the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yep,
Yeah, okay. Okay, and then can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion accepted. Or all those in favor say aye.
I,
Okay, motion accepted. And then we also need to make a motion for the consent agenda.
Correct.
Can I get a motion for the consent agenda?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
I,
Okay. Next, do we need to do the approval of minutes and appointments?
No, that was part of the consent.
Part of the, okay, that's part of the consent, okay. Sorry. Presentations, public hearings, recognitions, proclamations, anything there? Nothing? Administrator update, do you have anything for us, Scott?
I do not. It's all in the agenda
That's
tonight.
all the agenda tonight.
Yep.
Okay, then I guess we'll move on to Derek and engineering.
Okay, thank you. Just one action item on the agenda here tonight is the approval of pay estimate number 4 to Fitzgerald for the last month's worth of work. Most of this payment is for the final paving that they completed several weeks back, actually shortly after the last meeting. There's also some, call it cleanup payment for some of their water main work that they did within Second Street. So the total for that work is $220,801.37. I'll also make note that in the agenda, I reference a change order, and that's intended to clean up some administrative issues related to the payment for the Second Street water main work. Working with the contractor, that's just not quite ready yet, so we'll plan to bring that back next month. Like I said before, we're not planning any cost increases associated with that. It's just kind of an administrative change. So again, the only action item is pay estimate number 4, unless you have any questions.
I'll make the motion, we pay that.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that's it for you, Derek? Wow, it's not very much. All right, next, we'll move to legal, so Attorney Riggs, do you have?
I do. I just wait for the music to stop, but. That's interesting. That was interesting. Yeah. The first item you have before you is a repeat discussion of information you had from last meeting regarding an ordinance dealing with hunting and weapons discharge in the community. You have a draft of the ordinance in the packet that staff put together, and I looked at. Very detailed, very good ordinance from the standpoint of what was put together by staff. So kudos to your city staff for that. It covers essentially what we believe was discussed at the last meeting. And I think it's a recommendation of Scott and I and Polly, and that's the ordinance you have. And if that's what you want to do, or if you've got questions, we can try to answer them, but we'd recommend you move forward with that.
I mean, I read through this and it's pretty straightforward, and
Yep.
it gives them a good answer when they
It does.
call, and then it gives everyone else their freedom to hunt and goes, and I think it's good in this.
On private land, though.
I'm
Private land.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
So we just need a
Any
motion.
more? Yep, we'll need a motion if there's no more question there.
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 113.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so ordinance number 113 passes. All right,
And then you have a summary publication resolution that would go with a companion to that. So we just have to publish a summary. You just need a motion and a second on that as well for resolution 2025-25.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-25. I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 2025-25 passes. Okay, and now moving on to,
Next item, you have Minnesota leave policy. You have a draft in the packet that has been prepared by Jana O'Sullivan Leary. Leary Sullivan. Yeah, I always get that backwards, but an attorney you've met before from my office. It does have some provisions that staff will need to complete and have some input on, but the standard policy itself is pretty straightforward. It has been a policy that's been worked on with the League of Cities as well, where Jana came from, and this is the model they're using for a number of communities. So the recommendation, and we do have to have a policy in place, is to recommend to authorize adoption of the policy by the council with staff to finalize any additional language that needs to be placed in there.
and does this have anything to do with that? New Minnesota.
It is the Minnesota law.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Oh, that's what this
This
is.
is
Yeah.
what it
But
is.
then, okay, so I guess that's my question is like.
Yeah.
Because when they were here and they were talking to us about it,
Mhm.
it was kind of sounded like, it was just like whatever policy they got to decide everything. And we got, yeah, like the state got to decide it
Yeah.
all, and like, we didn't really, like, your employer really didn't, no matter who your employer was.
You have a lot of directives in here. So
Okay.
that is correct. That is one way to put it.
Okay, so this is mostly from them, kind of.
Yeah, it is driven by the statute that was adopted. There are some nuances in here and some issues that staff will need to put together or deal with. but very limited. It is pretty straightforward that you were a directive, I'll call it a mandate that you needed to adopt. Yes.
I just have a question about it, like, so let's say we have full-time jobs and we're already paying from my full-time job, but I'm on city council, right? And I still have to pay this policy because I'm a part-time.
There are some questions that aren't fully worked out yet on how this is being implemented. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you.
It just doesn't seem.
So I ran your question up the
Fair.
flagpole and I talked to Abdo about that and they, exactly what Mr. Riggs just said. He says we're too soon in this whole thing, that their recommendation or the recommendation they've received is that we move forward with that. They understand the situation and maybe we might be able to change something going forward, but
Correct.
for now, it's gonna double whammy. Yeah.
Saying from like,
You weren't the only one that asked that
No.
just so either, so yeah.
it just seems like.
From here.
Dave's double dipping.
Yeah.
that way, So I was just.
Of course they're
just-
double dipping.
Yeah.
It's really, really frustrating with many things.
Any new legislation always has wrinkles that need to be unwrinkled as you move forward. This
Mhm.
certainly is one of
Things
those.
look great on paper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the application needs some nuance to be done and likely that'll come back from staff if necessary.
Thanks for hearing me out.
Yep.
I just.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like it.
I thought you had a valid point. That's why I ran it up. I
Yeah.
thought it was a great point,
It
yeah.
makes sense, like,
I agree.
for the purpose, right? The
Mhm.
principle behind it, but I just feel like there's a lot of things that
Yep.
could be worked out before they.
Again, it's much like, and I've said it before, and I've said it to a number of other communities, the cannabis regulations that were in place that have changed every legislative session.
Sure.
This is one that's going to have some issues with it.
Some issues, okay.
Yep.
But we're forced to do it even though we don't. have that much.
The recommendation is to move forward.
Okay, that's, I mean, that's.
Yep.
Okay.
Feels good.
Yeah.
We'll need a motion there.
Motion to approve the policy you have in your packet with staff authorized to finalize the policy.
Make the motion.
I will second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
I.
Okay, and the motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay. And Firebird LLC contract.
I will jump in on that one as well. This is an agreement that was drafted for the EDA. Typically, the EDA does have the council look at land sales. The EDA is really authorized to make the land sale, but they've been involved, the EDA and the city council have been involved, obviously, with the business park. The agreement's pretty straightforward. It's something that the EDA has utilized before. It's been before the council before as well. I know you have EDA members out in the audience that certainly could provide additional information if you need it, but it's recommended to move forward. We did receive comments back from Firebird and someone, I don't know if it was legal counsel or one of their officers. We made the majority of those revisions. They were fine. They were just asking for additional time on certain areas on review and things like that, but nothing other than that substantively. So my recommendation, I don't know if you've got any other recommendations from the EDA, would be to essentially acquiesce, authorize, and say, yes, you're in favor of the EDA moving forward.
Yeah, this is for the business.
Yes.
The business part.
Right.
Finally.
motion. I'm fine with it.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
I.
Okay, and Firebird LLC contract moves forward. Okay, and then item D, power sales agreement.
This is a quick revisit from your last meeting. In going through the document itself for the power sales agreement with the utility and the city and CMMPA is generally fine. There were a few changes that had to be made, but they are requesting that each of the entities, both KMU and the city council, adopt by resolution, which they have done in the past. And then I have to issue an opinion on that says you followed all your procedures. KMU's followed all of its procedures. So it's a simple, you've got resolution 2025-31, which essentially reapproves what you did last month. So you just need a motion and second and approval on that.
I will make the motion to approve resolution 2025-31.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 2025-31 passes. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to financial. And,
That was part of your consent agenda, I believe.
Yes.
And you
okay,
did the consent, so you should be good
okay,
there.
okay, so old business. The 2026 budget and levy.
So you want me just to chime in quickly?
Yeah.
So this is just coming back to us for final approval. Holly put together the resolution that we needed. We went through the TNT meeting last week, right? And this is just kind of the follow-up to that, since there was no more discussion or anything that needed to be done. Holly put together the resolution here. We're just asking for approval of this resolution so we can wrap up the taxes.
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2025-29 to adopt the budget.
I will second it.
All those in favor?
I,
Okay, and approve posting the line worker water operator position. Does anybody have anything on that?
So I've been asked to make sure that Randy had some, I think I shared with all of you
Yeah.
his response, right? So you had that, so we put that into the packet here. It's really just kind of come down to what is the council's feel for moving forward with the fourth person that came in. I know there's been some discussions about what position should it be. Right now, I think we're just talking about the job write-up that's in there is for a line worker, but I think let's not get hung up on that. We can massage that if we need to. Right tonight in front of you is, are you in agreement that we move forward with the fourth person that came in is really what it's about.
I'll make that motion, and I also want to thank Superintendent Hager for writing this up. It was good, so thank you. I'll make that motion and move forward.
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
I,
Okay, so we approve the posting for the line worker water operator position.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
And Randy thanks you too. And these guys might even thank you back there. I don't know. So.
Okay, and now we'll move on to new business to the CETA 2025 contract. I don't know.
Were you guys able to look at that?
I
one?
did look at that and it's just kind of renewing basically,
Yeah.
renewing our CETA. And
Yeah.
I mean, this is just my 2 cents because I work with them and, here and we work with them at the EDA and Trails Committee and everything, and they are just worth every penny to me. I mean, everything we've tried to do. I mean, what do you think, Kim? I mean,
Yeah.
he's just spending. I mean, I think it was bumpy when we first hired CETA. I was like, oh boy. But then we got Todd and
Like when you got your administrator. Oh, boy.
but we did have
That's
some
good
people.
insight though, like, 'cause
At
I
first it-
haven't worked with him. like
He's
you have,
incredible.
so
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, he just does, I mean, he's kind of great. I mean, he does a lot, so, yeah, and it's like actually not as much as you would think for what he
he's
does,
been
so.
able to research a lot of the grants and stuff
Yeah.
for us, so, yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
think it's worth the investment for us.
So thanks for sharing that. Though. That's
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah, so, yes,
Oh, sure.
yeah, you wanna say something? Okay.
Yeah, I just want to put my 2 cents in for CETA. There were 2 previous to Todd. And the second one didn't do anything. Todd walks in and it's unbelievable what he's done. All the work he's done. He's in other towns, other days of the week, and he's still sending emails to me and some of the other members.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's well worth it.
Well worth it. Mhm.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
He's got an interest in our community too. He's not
Oh.
just coming to work here.
Doesn't-
He's, goes back to his childhood, his high school, how
Yeah.
he competed against us in sports, so. He likes the
He's well
community,
known
he's
enough
involved.
for-
Yep.
He caught heck going over to Che-Che's for lunch because he'd eaten here the other day. He said, why are you going over there? And he said, I go to a different place every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's just, I mean, he has made so many things move forward here. It's incredible, so. Well, I'll make the motion to renew the CETA 2025 contract.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
I,
Okay. Resolution 2025-30, a resolution committing capital fund balance. Does anybody have anything? to Tell us about that better than me.
That's everything we've been talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, I'll second it. All those in favor?
I,
Okay, resolution 2025-30 passes. Okay, tobacco license renewals. Do we need to do these separately or can we do them
All
all in
together.
one? Okay. Does anybody want to make a motion for the?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 renewals, tobacco license renewal.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, everybody gets to sell cigarettes. Okay. And then we'll go to D, Governance in Action Conference.
You took
So-
the cost?
Yes, so I don't know. So the recommendation, I'll just give you my recommendation. You guys have probably looked at it, it's coming up January 23rd. It first came up out of our KMU commissioners meeting, and there was some desire for them to want to go. Then they started thinking, well, maybe it's for the council, maybe the administrator go. I did some more research and all that kind of stuff in it. My recommendation would be that your city administrator and council doesn't need to attend that. If the individuals and the commission want to go, there would be 4 people that my understanding, the 3 commissioners and Randy has expressed interest in going there. It's $139 plus tax for a room. If you got a room, if you needed to come in the night before, you're basically looking at $600 a person to be able to send them there for a 1-day event, seminar. I looked at it, I made some phone calls, I talked to some of the presenters, I took a look at kind of what it was designed to do. And I don't think we need to spend $7,000 sending everybody to this. If the KMU commission and Randy think that this would be beneficial for them, I would let them make that decision. That could be coming out of their budget, but my recommendation to all of you here tonight, as council members, that is, I don't see the benefit of spending that money. We have our agreements in place. We know where we're going. We understand who's reporting to who. To go back and uncoil or try to uncoil any of that, I think is just unneeded, unwarranted. So there's your 2 cents from your administrator for what it's worth.
Okay, so we don't really need to make a motion on that or anything.
Well, unless you want to approve the 4 commission, the 4 from KMU going, spending the
Yeah,
money,
like,
because ultimately you guys are responsible.
Fine if they
Yeah.
wanna look at that, if that's all.
Yeah.
they'd like to.
if it's education that people want to do, I don't care.
If they wanna look at it, I agree with us not going, but if it's something they find value in, and they have the budget for it, I don't. So I'll make that motion.
I would agree.
I will second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Um. What do you think? Okay. Okay, so that passes. So if people want to go, they can. Okay. Then we'll move on to E, administrative policy number 39, paid time off cash out.
I can talk to it or.
Sure.
ask questions? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. So really what we're trying to take a look here, you can see some of the rules there. So I worked with them basically. Let me just get into it. I want to make sure that So there was an individual or 2 that came to me and asked, because of previous employment and different things, it doesn't matter how it came up, I was approached on, would there be any option to be able to sell back some of their vacation time? Okay. Now, prior to this, there were discussions around donating sick time to others that had, things that have happened in life and all that. I can tell you that the sick time donating is a lot dicier animal than the PTO is pretty straightforward. The vacation time is pretty straightforward. So if you've heard about that, just know I'm still looking in it, but this one is a standalone paid time off. And the standards that we put in there, let's just say, we have to have something on the books, right? We just don't want people cashing out. So where we landed at is 80 hours is our 2 weeks is our standard. So anybody that has over 80 hours on the books, it's a one-time deal at the end of the year to be able to do that, can cash out. And I have a spreadsheet here. You kind of have a spreadsheet in there. It got a little choppy, but I do have copies that I made just in case anybody wants to take a look at it. But for the sake of discussion, if you got 100 hours on the books at the end of the year and you can go down to 80, this individual, whoever it might be, could sell back 20 hours and be able to get paid on to be able to do that. It's a one-time deal at the end of the year. They would have to let us know by December 1st so we can get it on the last pay cycle, so on and so forth. One of the questions that I was asked on, what kind of liability do we have? So if you take a look at right now, all the employees that we have that are benefits eligible for this, right, full-time employees. If each individual, which isn't gonna happen, I've already had people tell me that they have no interest in selling and whatever. But if everybody took what they had over 80 hours at the end of the year to be able to get paid out, we're talking about $21,766. The total liability on the books is $62,000, but that's taken into consideration the 80, right? So if you leave 80 across the board and everybody cashed out in December, then we're talking about almost $22,000, which I don't believe that's gonna. I think you're gonna have a few people that utilize this. My recommendation is it's an opportunity for someone, you know, if you got somebody that's bumping up on the ceiling all the time, that's carrying a high balance and all that, this will give that individual an opportunity to be able to bring that down a little bit. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. One of the questions my staff asked me when we had our department head meeting was, are you going to force me to do it? No, this is just an optional deal. It's an option that somebody can utilize if they want to do that. And I think it makes sense. I think it doesn't put us backwards in any way. It gives an option to some people for a couple different reasons. But then in December, they were able to sell whatever they have over the 80 hours if need be. My recommendation is I believe it makes sense. It's obviously legal. We ran it through there. We got a policy for it. My recommendation is that we would approve this moving forward.
I guess the only thing that I had a concern with was that we make sure that people are still using their vacation time throughout the year, not just entirely banking. Because we don't want them to burn out throughout the rest of the year. But then also on the other hand, it's like, well, if we're short-staffed or people are on leave and that they can't take vacation. So yeah, why we shouldn't penalize them for not being able to take their time. So this is rewarding them for working.
People aren't losing time then, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Good point.
And then they're keeping that minimum balance of 80 hours too, so that kind of maybe helps with that. Yeah, I think it's good to give people options to do that.
But you don't have to.
But you don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, it's not like the state making you do
Right.
stuff.
Right. So if you look at your packet, there's a request form in there that actually they have to put down, you know, and then I would work with them. The city administrator signs off on it. And we would make sure that we have the most up-to-date numbers, and then document gets put in there, then that goes to payroll, and then that document will be put in the employee's file. Because we want to track that the employee is engaging this, right? The city administrator isn't engaging it, and it's part of the packet. It's one of the documents in the packet if you want to see how that's worded. Employee authorization to cash out paid time off. It's very simple, but it serves its purpose.
I think it's good.
Okay.
Does anybody want to, do we have to make the motion to approve administrative policy number
Yeah.
39? Does anybody want to make that motion? I'll make it. I'll make that motion.
I will second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, and it passes. Okay, auditing services. And it looks like we have a couple,
So, again,
yeah, go ahead.
okay,
Yeah, go
sorry.
ahead. Yeah, it looks
I
like
just
we have a
want-
couple,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just want to explain, we talked about this a little bit, right? So,
Yeah.
so for years we've had Abdo, because of all the different things that we're doing with Abdo right now, from HR to payroll to budgets, all that kind of stuff. They can't also audit their books at the same time as they're doing all that work, right?
Okay.
So that was brought to my attention that we need to make sure that we separate those segments, right? So to do that, I had to send out an RFP to two different entities, right? One of them or two of them you see in front of you. One's Berglund. This is the one that's Creative Solutions out of Iowa that some of you may have heard me talk about. The other one is Clifton Larson Allen. Actually, we've used them here in the city prior to my time, to my understanding. Send them out the exact same paperwork to both. They sent me back the information. I've talked to both individuals on both sides multiple times. And what it really boils down to, the numbers that you're seeing, I did get a phone call today from a council member and said, am I really reading this
Yeah.
correctly? You are reading it correctly, okay? It's the difference between 152 hours with one of them and 400 hours. Now, you can read into it however you want. That's a pretty big discrepancy to me. But what I can tell you about Creative Solutions or your Bergen, I'm sorry, is that entity has worked with Abdo in many different cities, and they really know how to work well together. And I think part of that part of Dustin's bid is he understands that Abdo does a lot of the pre-audit stuff ahead of time. We're already paying for some of that pre-audit stuff, and he understood that. So I don't want to speak for that. I don't know if that played into it, but I can tell you my recommendation as your city administrator is that we move forward with Bergen, the proposal, the cheaper of the two. I didn't see anything between them that is different other than the amount of hours that they think that was going to be put in there. So my recommendation is we go with the most cost effective. That proposal is for 3 years. So you'll see that in there that at the end, it's going to be for 3 years. It does increase a little bit over the course of time. They both did. And the amount of money that we budgeted for 2026 for auditing purposes, this proposal comes in underneath those numbers. So we're going to save a little bit of money right out of the gate. So that would be my recommendation to you, is to move forward with the Bergen proposal for auditing for the next 3 years.
Yeah, we don't need to pay extra for them.
Huge jump in numbers.
Yeah.
So if we end up finding our financial person for in-house, is this a contract we could get out of if we need to, if they had someone else in mind, or are we going to just keep using these 3 years?
We would use them for 3, even when we had a finance person in-house, we still had to have an outside
Yeah,
agency.
we had like Abdo before for that, correct? Didn't Abdo do this before for us?
Yes, auditing they did.
So if we get a new finance director and we want to go back using Abdo, can we get out of this contract, or are we?
Oh, I see what you're trying to say. If we went back to a finance director and no Abdo anymore going forward, could we go back? Yeah.
Oh, I hope, right? Just
Yeah.
get Abdo out of the picture, have our own finance person.
But are we in those, are we stuck for a second contract for 3 years?
Yeah,
And that would be something I would have to ask Dustin just to clarify. Typically, they give you estimate, or they give you bids for 3 years consecutive, so you're not bouncing around, but I get it, yeah.
The new financial person might have enough on their plate the way it is. I'm just saying, because I know Abdo did it in the past, but our past finance directors really like working with them. So I'm asking if that would be an option, and it sounds like it will. Once we get our finance person back, they could go with Abdo if they choose.
If you don't enter into a 3-year contract.
yeah, you're just asking. If we have-
You arguably have the ability to deal with most professionals that way and terminate it and move on. But in this case, you may want Scott to talk to Bergen and say, we want a 1-year contract because we'll figure out what we're doing next year. Or, if we get a finance director or something like that.
I did talk to them. If it's a big change in cost, I'm fine with this because it could be great. But I'm just saying, if the new finance person says, I really want to go back to Abdo, or if Abdo gives us a really good.
Right.
So it's just an option. So thank you, Brandon.
I mean, we could also stay with a 3-year deal, but then have an opt-out in there, right? Like a 30-day or 60 days.
You could say, we're doing 3 years, but we want to reevaluate after 1 year,
Yeah.
and that's what we need.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
I will talk to Dustin over there.
My hope is to get our own finance person back and then they can.
Yep.
Say, so, okay. Thank you.
So, should we make a motion based on you?
Yeah.
Talking to Bergen? Okay, and kind of making it into some sort of deal. So we can
Well,
opt out of the 3.
You could put a motion to accept the proposal as it is, knowing that your city administrator will go and see if there's an opt-out clause or something we could do, but we need to have an auditor on board, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm fine with that. I can make that motion.
Okay.
I'll make that motion, but if you could please speak to them about if there would be some sort of opt-out
Yeah.
option in case, again, they might be wonderful and the finance person might want to continue using them. I'm just thinking if there's another option at some points. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
all those in favor?
Aye.
And that passes. Okay, holiday office closings. City office, library closed on Wednesday, December 24th, and the 25th, obviously, and also the 26th for a mini holiday vacation.
So the way things are kind of lining up here and availability and not availability and all that type of stuff, and I sat down with Michelle at the library too. Sometimes she gets on board of these and doesn't, but this one she wanted to get on board. So the request is and recommendation from your city administrator would be that we got the holiday obviously in there, and we would close the office on the 24th and the 26th, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If somebody wanted to come in and work, they have the option to come in and work, but it's not gonna be open to the public as far as the phones ringing and all that kind of stuff. And if somebody wanted to take those days off, obviously the city's giving them the holiday, they would have to take, that individual would have to take PTO time for that Wednesday or Friday. The library is going to be back open on Saturday. They need to be open on Saturday. So this is overlapping. We're talking about the library and the city offices closed the same 3 days,
And they can work if they want.
if they want.
I'm fine with that. Do we need a motion for that?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the holiday office closings.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that passes.
Thank you.
Okay, and other business, I guess, do we just have a schedule of the upcoming meetings? The KMU meeting, Tuesday, December 16th at 3. The EDA meeting, next Tuesday at 8 in the morning. And the next city council meeting, Tuesday, January 13th at 7. Okay, do we have any council and staff general comments?
I will just remind y'all, and maybe you haven't all seen your email yet today, but I sent you an email that came from Three Rivers that the bus that's running back and forth from Watamingo to has been canceled for now due to staffing.
Okay.
And in the email kind of talked about if they do find somebody, take some time to get them up and training, all that. I don't know what the future looks like with that, but just know now that as of January 1st, 2026, that bus between Watamingo and here is not going to be
People
operated.
use that a lot? I don't know. I mean, I see it, but I don't. know.
Holly sells tokens, right, Holly? You still sell tokens for it?
Oh, that might be a bummer for some people, yeah.
You realize what that bus.
Road is in the morning, you know. So I think they also do other transport for the day, right? So it needs to get from. So it's utilized.
Yeah,
Machine learning stuff.
okay,
That was all I had.
okay. Anybody else? Yes.
One thing, I just wanna say a thank you to the public. We've got some donations that we need for local businesses in town during the holiday season. Some people don't be a little short, so they don't gift card for the grocery store and stuff, so if you know anybody needs some help, we don't know.
Oh, donations for you to give out to people. Oh, that's so nice.
I don't want people. We'll give them.
You don't want grocery money? Okay. All right.
Thank you to the public for this.
Yes,
Question,
sure.
what's going on with Brian?
Will you come up to the podium and identify yourself and, yeah, your name and where you live, please? And,
My name is Brady Fisher.
okay,
I live at the trailer park.
okay. you.
What's going on with Brian Holmeyer? Is he not an officer for this town anymore, or?
He's presently on administrative leave, pending further action by the council and Mr. Homer.
I'm just curious, cause normally he'd be around town, you know, he's very social ops. I haven't seen any around, except for right now. I was just curious what's going on.
I mean, again, and that's like all we can, say.
Yeah.
That's all we can say at the time,
Yep.
because there's a investigation, so we can't say anything more than that,
Correct.
so.
Okay. Another question is, the money that we pay, you know, to utilities or and whatnot, where does that all go?
Where you,
Where does it all go? Like, what do you guys do with it?
Pays the employment for our city workers. I mean, it's. overhead
equipment,
costs.
repairs, yeah,
But can
O&M
you, I mean, I
costs
think you could probably
Infrastructure,
request a
I mean-
report. Could you request a report from
in
like,
your budget.
from the, yeah, you can request a report for the budget. They go, I think that's public. We can give that, can't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
Is
absolutely.
that online?
Is it online, Holly, or can you just come in and get one?
I'll just stop in,
Just stop into the city,
call ahead of time.
so she can have time, cause she's busy.
No, she isn't doing.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, it's not something that we have already done.
It's not something we have.
But something we already had done up, okay. How about this,
I know,
Brady?
I know.
You know where I live, right? Right? Write up what you want. Bring it to my house if you want, give it to me and I'll make sure you give the links. Okay? That work for you?
Yeah, so.
Yeah, cause it's public knowledge, we just gotta
Just
get
stop
it.
over with what you're looking for, and then that way I can get it for you. Does that work?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, cause I wanna know how do they base? Like, how do they base everything off, how do they base the sewer? Because July 4th of 2024, my son was born, he was in the NICU for a month. I wasn't home, I was down in Rochester, but somehow that still kept going up. Nobody was home. How does that work?
Well, let's say you have, and again, I'm just throwing spitball, I'm not saying this is accurate, maybe you have a water softener that runs, right? So,
No,
but I'm just saying, this is where the stuff would come from. Leaky toilet could be an option, fish tanks that are running, so fresh water, then you have a fresh water tank of some sort, something like that. An ice maker maybe could run, there are some things that could be running in the background, water lines. Utilities, gas is running for, maybe you've got a gas water heater for your hot water at home, maybe you've got a fireplace that runs, you've got gas and things like that. Some things just kind of run in the background. If it's huge, and way over the amount, and if you contact the city, they can come and look at like your meters and stuff, and tell you if you're having to tap it. And that's where some of the money goes. Like if I call, like Mr. Lee and say, hey, I have a tree branch that's touching a power line. The city will come and take care of that in some cases. You know, I don't have to write them a check, our city funds cover something.
So you're saying like your water bill went up and you weren't home,
Hey, just my utility bill.
or utility bill went up and you weren't home, yeah, that's not good, I mean, that should be looked into.
Yeah, just come over with what you're looking for, and we'll go in for it. That-
Yeah, I just, yeah, it's the first one I've been to, so I don't even know.
I'm glad you're here. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Glad you're here.
Yeah,
Sounds doing good.
Yeah, people.
All right, thank you. Anybody else?
I wanna say, again, my condolences to Ms. Gutnick for the loss of her family that she just had. I wanna thank the public workers that are keeping our streets clean and lights lit and things like this. I'm happy we've got this other person on the docket now for hiring, and again, our city does a lot of work. Meetings out there, and it's nice to see, so thank you all, you're appreciated. Libraries rock and it's great, so thank you all.
It's been cold out, and so everything. Like our staff do, like, it's amazing. We just appreciate it.
Pam, are you gonna do your encouragement for everybody to get out?
I just want a reminder for everybody for Saturday to go to Ace Hardware and get your hand warmers for your mittens, because it's gonna be cold, but we still have Christmas in Kenyon scheduled as is for right now, so day
Yeah.
full of events.
Yeah, come see all your businesses and all the events and the parade's still gonna go.
Parade's gonna go.
Okay.
It's gonna go very slow, so there's no wind chill though.
All right, is that it? Anybody else? Okay, then can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I will make a motion to adjourn. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.